Hello, I used to be Kevy Cat, and I am now a certified nude. You have to call me that. No Kevy Cat, just certified nude. So, what is the nude certification, and why am I pronouncing it really weirdly? I'm pronouncing it weirdly because when I pronounce it normally, it sounds like I'm saying N-U-D-E, which I don't like. Now, the certification. What's going on there? So basically, a while ago, my school counselor, someone went up to me and was like, "Hey, buddy, you ever heard of this program we offer that, like, teaches you networking and certification something something?" And I was like, huh, that sounds interesting. So I signed up. So then I'm in this, quote, networking class. It turns out the entire first semester isn't really about networking. It is about, quote, IT fundamentals. That bit where you actually do networking comes later, apparently. So, review of the class. I think it's mostly a decent class, but it was not a great experience for me, just because I don't really know. Um, I just don't deal with classes the same way other people do, maybe? Something. But basically, the content was fairly easy. It's just like, okay, here's a few things to memorize. But the amount of assignments and study work we had for that little bit of new content was just, it was a pile and a half. It's like, mate, I do not want to wake up, make a presentation based on the book, then go read the book, then go read the online study guide, then go read the other online study guide because there are two apparently, then go listen to these like you know that moment when you just have way too much work. Yep. But anyways, that is done now, thank goodness. The class is over. Certification. How'd that go? So instead of like a final test or something, they were just like, okay, here's a voucher, go sign up for the certification test at insert name of testing location here because I'm not going to dox myself. I almost did. I almost said the name of it, but I'm not going to. So it's like, I signed up. Actually, I did sign up for it, but there was a fun moment in there. Like the first time I tried to sign up, it was CompTIA.org slash whatever. It's a CompTIA certification. Like to create an account, you have to verify your email. You can't like create an account and verify your email later. You have to verify your email right away. And they just like were not sending the verification email. They sent it a single time and it got denied. So they just sort of had to wait a few days and try again. And then somehow, like, when I did try again, and I got to the bit of selecting the test time slot, somehow, like, the only available time slot, which only had 4, like, appointments left in it, was just the ideal slot for me. Just worked perfectly with my schedule, so that's nice. And anyways, review of the test. I can't really say much because they had me sign a thing saying I wouldn't like tell the content. But I think what I can say is, so I show up in this place. They've got a fancy building. Like we walk inside, follow the signs to the place where we take the test. I'm trying really hard not to dox myself here. Let's see. So we go into this office, and there are these people here, and like I've just gotten off a half hour of reading a whole pile of this or that terms and conditions and policy and contract, and like so I'm feeling pretty intimidated there. Like I've just listened to them talk so much about how seriously they take it, but then I get in and it's just like perfectly normal, friendly people working behind a desk to sign you in. And it's like, okay, give us the ID and yada yada, sign here. It's like, they don't make you feel like if you mess up, you're just going to be locked in a pit of despair for the next decade. And that was pretty surprising. And then it's just like, the actual test was surprisingly unremarkable. You just walk into a room, sit down at a computer, you click your name on a screen, and then you answer the questions. And then at the end, they ask you to take some survey about demographics, which it's timed. The survey's timed, is kind of funny. But then after all that, you just like press done or whatever the button is, and it pops up and tells you your score. So I passed with a score of 745 of 650 needed to pass on a scale of 100 to 900, which I can't tell if that's very good or not, but I passed. So all I really know is that on the way out I walked by someone else in my class and he passed by 5 points, which, yeah. I'm trying to think of something I can say without violating the agreement. What is, oh yeah, I got a fancy, like, certification report, score report thingy. It's this nice paper. It says, like, oh, you passed, go online to visit, blah blah blah. And apparently they're going to email me a paper certification and whatever a wallet card is. I don't even have a wallet, but I'm going to have a wallet card. Yeah. I don't know if I'll ever use this certification. I kind of hope I don't have to, because, like, I really don't want to work for someone else. But I'm probably going to have to, so, it's useful for not starving to death because everything's more expensive now. Alright, I've got nothing left to say. I'm ending this.